Hello everybody, my name is Dango Torres, and today we're going to be trying something new. Today we're going to be doing a gear review, and you can see I'm in a different setup. I'm usually reviewing a feasible piece of gear that is in your hands and physical. Today we're going to be doing something different. I'm going to be doing my first ever plugin review. Now recently I have bought lots of plugins, and I have experimented with lots of plugins. Some I've liked, some I've hated. I've tried a lot of free plugins. I've bought some little small plugins here and there. But I made recently my first big plugin purchase, my first big amp sim purchase, and today we're going to be reviewing Amplitube 5 by IK Multimedia. Now, this is probably arguably the most popular amp sim of all time. A lot of people use it, millions of people use it, in fact, and I have fallen in love with it. I've had it for maybe a couple weeks now, and it's just great. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you some of the presets I've made with this Amplitube 5 amp sim, and we're going to see some examples in full mixes. And yeah, so let's get into it. All right, so I'm here in Reaper, and this is the DAW that I use for just about everything. But you go right here, and let me make sure this is up in OBS because I am using OBS. Okay, this is visible. Let me full screen this so you guys can see it the most. This is the Amplitube 5 amp sim. Now, I do have my own presets on here. As you can see, just my own sort of tweaks and everything to certain presets they already had, or certain amps they already had. They have factory presets on every amp. But this is the blues tone that I've made, and it's sort of just my own taste. Now, what I like about Amplitube is they have a built-in tuner, but the only thing I don't like about this tuner is that it never shows green, really. It'll either show you sharp or flat. So it's very like on the dot scent. You have to be perfect, otherwise it's not going to. And so that's why I don't really use it much. I just leave it on. But they have various amounts of pedals here. You can see they have different amps, like different amp heads. They have combo amps up here. When you go up here, they have like a 57 custom deluxe. They have the AC30s, and they have, a lot of other amps I've never touched in my life. They have a lot of good cabs, speaker combos, mic combos, and mic placement, which is one of the most crucial things. And I am very selective about this because I have had my share with miking, and you can even control which studio or which room you want. So if you want like a really spacey sound, you can go for a large studio. If you want something that's very tight and closed, go for amp closet or a small studio. You could even go for the bathroom, which if you want your tone to sound like shit, you can use the bathroom. And, again, they have different overhead mics. You go to mics here, they have different mics for each one, different condenser, ribbon, dynamic. There's overall and they have these other units for delay and reverb and filter, and these are like post cabinet sort of things. But they have these really cool effects on here that I haven't even really messed around with much. This 63 reverb and all these different reverbs I haven't touched at all. I just use the room reverb because it sounds nice and it sounds natural. And if you have Tonex, or whether you do or not, they'll at least offer you the free presets from Tonex, which I did use, and so I have some of my favorites that automatically sync on here, which is pretty cool. So without further ado, we're gonna try out some of these presets here. Hey guys, Dango Torres here. Before we get into this tone review here, I just want to say that today's sponsor for this video is not Amplitube, it's not Sweetwater, it's not anybody, it's me. I am completely funding this video. I bought the plugin myself, and what you can do by supporting me is subscribing to this channel, like the video if you enjoy it, listen to my music because that's what I make on this channel. I do nothing but make music. And also, buy my merch at bonfire.com/DangoTorres shop. Link will be in the description. This is one of my many shirts. This is from the Fill the Air TBI era for all the OGs out there. We have many shirts. We have hoodies. We have tank tops. We have coffee mugs. We have hats. We have so many things on that website, and they are reasonably priced, and it goes straight to me. So you're supporting me the best way possible. Without further ado, enjoy the rest of this video, and yeah. I'm going to start with a very clean, this is like a Fender twin reverb clean, so like the goat of being clean. And in a minute, I'll get my Stratocaster, and we'll play some licks on the Stratocaster too, because this thing works with both sets of pickups. Very diverse. I mean, if I were to only have one plugin my whole life, this would be it. This would be the plugin. And it pretty much is the only plugin I use nowadays because it even has bass tones and it has so much stuff that you can just use. Let's just get into it. This is like just a normal glassy Fender clean sort of thing. I'm going in through my Les Paul in the neck pickup position. Treble, I think 6, mids are on 7, basses on 5, 6 just about, volumes on 7. I don't have the reverb on here, but what I do like about this reverb is when you crank it up, right, it has that little like, that's what I really like about it, that little, turn up the intensity, just crank it. That is what I like about it. And the intensity, turn that down, you turn the speed up. I think that's pretty cool. So if you wanted to like, that's more of like a tremolo, but you turn out the reverb, you have that splashy sound. Let me turn this down just for demonstration purposes. It's a very splashy sort of reverb, and that's what I like about it. Let's just reset the preset. Now on here I do have a compressor, which is just sort of responsible for dynamics mostly. Turn it off. See, the dynamics are a little less inconsistent. Now, this is a very specific clean tone. I have another clean tone, it's a Vox clean tone. One of the first ever amps I fell in love with was the AC30, and I've played through so many of these in my days. It's just, they're great amps. So it's more of a chimey sound, right? You know, just it's very like British sounding. Now with this sort of amp, it's very, I say Amplitube did such a great job with emulating the distortion, the natural distortion. They have the tone cut, which is, of course, if you know what Vox amps are, the tone cut's backwards. I always have that basically negative dimed. This is like, these are some knobs. I could not tell you scientifically what they do. All I know is when you turn them up, shit gets distorted, and that might be clipping, so I'm going to turn that down. Let's use a different pickup. Middle pickup, maybe. It almost sounds like the, you know, the old school rock and roll. Let's do the bridge pickup just for fun because, you know, you want to get that it's very nice sort of tone. Now, again, I'm not going through everything on this freaking plugin because we'd be here for hours. But these are just, I've tried just about every amp on here, and these are the ones that I like the most. I'm gonna go to, let's see, this is a nice jazz tone that I sort of made with the Z amp. You hear that little the little splash with the reverb. I do have the reverb on at about 3.5 right there for this one. Now I do have some other presets. Again, let's go with this AC30 stuff. I have a lot going on here on this pedal circuit. I've got chorus. I've got, what is this? I got a EQ that cuts everything off at 16K. I've got this sort of delay reverb pedal. It's a replica. Yeah, it's delay, but it also has reverb on it. So this is like my space clean. So for Pink Floyd's sake, if you want to, I love that. I don't even know what to play. It's just Shine On You Crazy Diamond. It's the only riff I know that would fit that. I do have some different dirty sounds here. Again, here's a Vox dirty. That's not appropriate to play through a Vox. I think a Marshall might be a lot better than that. We have my normal blues overdrive, sort of. It's more like a tube overdrive sort of thing. I just cranked everything just about. Bass is on 7, middle's on 6, trebles on 8, presence is on 7, reverb, volume's on 10. That's the biggest thing. And I did something similar here with this. We'll get the Strat in a second here, but I'm going to show you the rest of the tones I sort of have for the Les Paul. This can go either way. This is just a twin reverb with a chorus circuit on it. For BB King. That's a really fun one to mess around with. The last one I want to show you guys with this guitar right here is the metal tone that I sort of crafted. Now, here's another really cool feature about Amplitube 5. You can put 2 different amps together. So I have a Soldano here as sort of more of a timbre sort of amp. Then I have the Mesa Boogie for the level of drive, I would say, and more EQing. And I have about 4 EQs. I have a dime EQ. I have a dime noise gate. I have 2 EQs in post, and then another one in post. I don't even know all these terms, but this is what it sounds like here. Disregarding faces. just it's a very versatile sort of preset. Which I haven't really messed around with Mesa Boogies like this. Is the Mark V. This has 3 different channels you can mess around with independently. One of them is more of a clean. I mean, this is edge, and then this is like all the metal stuff mostly, which I think that's really freaking cool. Now, if there's some way of me using this live, probably using a laptop, that would be the best thing. But dude, this is still pretty good. After all. So we're going to show a couple more tones, but I'm going to get my Strat for this next tone. So I'll see you guys in a second. All right, we're back, and I have my Strat here, my Glary 2020 Glary Strat that I modded the hell out of. Also was my first guitar. I love this guitar. It does have some ground wiring issues. If I turn off this noise gate, you'll hear it. Anyways, so I'm going to just do the sort of clean sound here. I'm going to switch to the position 4 because that's my favorite position, and it's just the prettiest. What's that one song? Alternatively, you could go to the Vox Clean, and I love this combination. Honestly, one of the first reasons I got the Amplitube 5 was because the AC30 and just how much I love that amp. It sounds so. Honestly, I think this sounds better than the Twin Reverb. Just my opinion, but. It's just so nice. Yeah, it's just a very nice sort of amp. And let's go to this is like a Jimi Hendrix fuzz tone. So I'm gonna sort of go to the bridge pickup, even though it's a humbucker. I'm gonna still go to. Again, with the ground wiring issues, you're gonna have to excuse that. I love that. Honestly, that is freaking amazing. Just that fuzz. It's just, oh my god. Go with the 4th position fuzz. I just love it. It's just this is a great preset, honestly. And they have the fuzz face here. Really all I put besides any pedal. I don't put any pedals really on most amps, just the noise gate. But for this one, I had to put the fuzz face on there just for that sort of, what do you call it? Just for that sort of sound. Now, I just made this preset a second ago. This is my Edge of Breakup tone, and I haven't played around with the Strat. I have with the Les Paul, but... mean, it's pretty straightforward. It's just an edge of breakup. Let's go with the Dango Torres blues tone. Now, I say Dango Torres. This is just a blues tone I crafted to my own liking. So like a, just very driven, moderately. Good for rhythm. Kind of like what you heard on Metro Blues. Now let's go to the one I'm most excited about. Shout out to Voodoo Montgomery for reminding me about this. This is my SRV tone that I made. I might actually screw up playing some of these licks, which is why I was a bit nervous to try this out in the first place. But this is like the very like trebly. I mean, let's see what I have on this chain here. Tube over drive. The high EQ is on about 6. Low is on 4. Drive is on 3.5. Levels on 7. Got compressed the fuck out of it. And I had to take out some of this really sizzly shit, but I put everything from 2K onwards. I put it up by at least 2 decibels. So this is a... Even on the neck pickup, the... Can't forget pride and joy, right? Yeah, very nice SRV tone right there. I mean, I love that tone. Now, if you want to go with, let's say something else that we did with the Les Paul, like the Vox Space tone, oh my goodness. It's even still, like, it works so well with just the only riff I know how to play with this amp. That delay is funny. I like that. Of course, there's some other presets they have here. Different artists. I mean, they have sound character. No, this is just the... Let's see, Amplitube 5 collections. This is what it is. So you go to collections here, and they also have it here, and they have it here. They have their own Amplitube stuff. They have Brian May, which is actually the first reason I heard about this, was the Brian May presets. Yeah, it probably works with a red special more. But you know, there's some. I think there were some really good. This is a really good one, but I need to put a freaking noise gate pedal on this before I lose my. You know what? All right. No, what was it? It was a. Yeah, it's a very. Oh, this is already has a noise gate. What? So if I get rid of this. Okay. We go here. Tube collections, Amplitube, Brian May. They have so many different songs, like from actual Queen songs. Live Setup 2019. Like this is a very like recent sort of, you know. See, I don't understand. Brian May. I like this noise gate actually. It's more of a gradual one. Brian May has these really weird effects on the end of his amps in his amp chain. Of course, he's running through the AC30, right? The Brian May AC30, and that's like, you know, it's just iconic. Now, if you want to go to, let's see what other artists they have here. They've got Jimi Hendrix collection, right? So this is they had to rename some of this. I guess it was like a, I don't know. All right, you're gonna have to excuse the noise here because I did do my own Red House preset just because I freaking love this tone. It's a very nice preset. They have Dimebag Darrell, which I don't know how that's going to sound on the Strat here. I might just cut this part out if it doesn't work. Cowboy from Hell. Oh my goodness. This is why I like having a Strat with humbuckers. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to pull up. I have some cover tracks here. Pantera Domination. I have Domination. I literally just have Domination just sitting on my computer. This is so convenient. We're going to play along to Domination, and it's going to sound great. Okay, good. Everything is on here because I was afraid that my OBS didn't have my input picked up. But it does, so we're good. It has been so long since I played Domination. You'll have to excuse me.
Left to destroy.
go to everyone's favorite part here. I can't play that part yet, god damn it. I wasn't even using my Les Paul for that. And that was some really fucking good Dimebag tone. I don't know about you, but that was Dimebag right there. I think he smiled at me, even though I fucked up his solo a little bit. But I love this plugin. This is like the one and all plugin. The only plugin you really ever need. I am rating this a 9 out of 10. Minor disconveniences like the tuner and just some things like just some of the amps are like just a bit like unnecessary, but I guess one man's trash is another man's treasure. I find maybe about 7 or 8 amps on this thing really fucking good, and the rest could be good for other things I may find out in the future. I don't know. I've only had this plugin for like a month, and the reason why I only did a review now is because I wanted to make sure I knew what the fuck I was going into whenever I bought this plugin. Just make sure I had an idea of how it actually was past the free trial period. Just so I can, get a taste of it and really get my hands on it. And so I am impressed. I have nothing bad to say about this, really. It is a great plugin, and I recommend it for anyone who wants to go digital because I'm being honest with you. Let me switch to the camera here so it's more intimate. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm probably going to go digital for the next album, not Times of Trouble, which, by the way, comes out on November 7th. The pre-save link is in the description below. It would mean the most if you could support me, because that is my next biggest creation. But the album after Times of Trouble, I'm probably going to just record it with plugins. To be honest with you, I don't need a studio. I do it all in here, and that's sort of just how it is. So, but this amp sim is a great plugin. I recommend it for anyone wanting to go digital again. I do have some other plugins that I am going to review pretty soon, and I do have some other things coming in store for you guys. I am building a guitar, and it is pretty much almost finished. The only thing I need to do is get the pick guard and get the bridge, and then we are going to be testing it out, playing it, tweaking it, everything, and it's my first guitar build. Come on, guys. And listen, let me show you one thing. I installed a roller nut all by myself. I fucking refretted this thing, refinished it. I sanded all the original finish off, and we even have the Dango Torres Guitars logo right there. Just to show you, this is number 1, and it's gonna be a beautiful thing. It's my own guitar, honestly. So I want you guys to stick around for that. If you enjoy this video, subscribe. If you'd like to see more of this, let me know, because either way, I'm still gonna put more of this out here. But just let me know what you want me to review, and I'll try and get my hands on it, or at least pirate it to do a review of it. But other than that, this has been Amplitube 5. My name is Dango Torres, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'm gonna go probably play more with this amp sim because there's a lot of things that I still don't know yet, and I've only had it for a month. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
I have never seen a face with a smile just like yours.